What's going on, guys? It is Shay here. Welcome back to another prop review. So it is about to start raining again, so I gotta go ahead and get this over with. A little excited, not so much as well, like in between of the prop that I made. Very simple, but most likely one of the most popular handguns probably in the entire world, owned by almost every American and whatnot, and used by anybody, meant for everybody. So today, everybody, I have for you all the Glock 17 Gen 1 handgun. Now, this is my prop build of a Glock 17, and making a Glock is really easy. You gotta make it, as my different username says, as square as possible. Since this gun doesn't have many features to it, but has a lot of history behind it, and you know, it's a lot of people who own this gun, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So with that being said, let's begin. So the Glock 17 is the first ever Glock of the Glock lineup. Manufactured in 1982. It is, first off, it's an Austrian handgun. Made in Austria, made and produced in Austria. Manufactured by a Gaston Glock. They called it a Glock 17 as it was apparently his 17th invention. And it also held 17 rounds, which I don't know if that's coincidental or not, but I don't know. Let's just say it isn't. Let's actually, you know what, worst case scenario, let's say it is. So in 1982, he submitted the Glock into the Austrian military, to see, you know, if it would actually, go through, and it went up against other guns, I think, as the P220 and the P226 from the Sig Sauer. It went up against the Beretta, Beretta 92 to be specific, and HEK's P7. Out of any of the guns, the Glock handled the best. And apparently, I'm taking all this information from Ahoy, and he's the guy who I'm getting most of this information from. Apparently, there were 25,000 units or 25,000 models ready to be ordered. Like, apparently this thing was pretty well. I mean, to some people, the Glock may look pretty ugly. I mean, just look at this. It's literally just a square. Like, it's literally just a square gun, practically. So apparently it did pretty well, and we're here, well, this year, 41 years later, with this gun still being one of, if not the most popular handgun to probably ever exist. Like, above the Beretta 92, above the, I don't know, the Sig Sauer P226, above any of those guns, this is probably the most popular handgun ever. This used to be, issued to certain police officers back in the 90s, and for some police officers, I think, such as the NYPD, I think they actually still have, not the Glock 17, they actually have the Glock 19, as their service weapon. It's still, like, really cool to know, like, how big the Glock has became, and it's also, probably one of the, I don't know, I guess it's a bad way to say it, maybe it's because of the area that I live in, it's a pretty popular gun amongst gangsters as well. Like, the gun is also really customizable. You could put freaking laser sights on the freaking thing. You could put anything up here, practically. It's really customizable. You can even fit it with a different slide or a different frame if you wanted to. So, yeah, I actually forgot a couple things, and I need to go get that right now. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. That was not easy because I don't have a proper place to set this stuff at. So we're gonna take a look at this. So let's start off with this side. So this is the side with not many things up here. So you got the little stamp thing, I guess, so that way it lets you know that this is a, an actual, well, even on the airsoft versions of a Glock 17, this actually still is here, and it says like fully licensed by Glock or whatever. You have the ejector port here where, when you fire, the shells will come out of the thing. You also have it on the top as well. You have rear and front sights, which on one of my other models, which is actually my first Glock model I ever made, myself, yeah, that one did not have rear sights. I'll show it off in a minute. You have a barrel here, which isn't this what most likely the Glock is what like a first gen Glock looked like at first, because it didn't have this big round thing or any crap like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, well, so let's go ahead and take a look at the other side, the one that has the most details on it. So you have the Glock symbol, 17, Austria, 9x19mm. You have the slide release right here, and you also have the magazine release there. A little trigger guard and stuff. Oh, I forgot one more detail. Right here, it's supposed to be the Glock symbol, but, too lazy and did not actually decide to put the symbol up there. So, not many things to go with this. It's a really simple gun. This is what the Glock is. So now we're going to compare it to some other Glock things that I have here. So the first one I have here is my first build of the Glock, which is a Glock 30. This one is a compact version and is chambered in 45 ACP. So this is my original. Not so great. I mean, I'm kind of giving up on this model a bit. It's just this one looks really ugly, but still nonetheless looks like a Glock. And as I said, this version did not have any front or rear sights because I think I decided I just didn't want to have them up here, which looked really ugly. And the gun is also way thinner than what a Glock is technically supposed to look like. So here it is in comparison to my Glock 17. So first off, this gun I think came out, what, 2013, I think? I'm not sure. I think it came out a little bit later, or a little bit earlier than that. This one, 1982. So of course there's a couple differences there. This barrel, I think, is what, a 5-inch barrel. This one has a 3-inch barrel, I think. They're pretty much the same color. So this thing is all, you know, all that, you know, all dark granite color. This one has pavement on the frame, and this is dark granite on the slide, because, you know, the slide is not completely black, wherever that was. So as I said, you know, there's big differences between these two guns. First off, you know, size difference and everything, but this one has rear and front sights. This one does not, and it's actually, to me, a little bit more accurate looking for of course, this one, because it's my first attempt ever making a Glock. So with that being said, we're going to take a look at a realistic Glock, and that is indeed my airsoft version of a Glock. Now, I've never actually shown this off to the channel because I wanted to do it at one point, but I'm like, no, what's the point? So this is a airsoft version of a Glock. This is a non-blowback, which I wanted a blowback, but this is a Glock 19 and this is a Glock 17. So basically, they're pretty much exactly the same because it's just a compact Glock 17 practically. This one came out... it came out 7 years after the Glock 17 first came out. It came out in 1988. This one's 1982. So pretty much everything is here. Also, another way to tell if this is a first gen Glock is if there is a finger grooves in it, and of course there's no finger grooves into the grip, which there is up here. So as I said, they're pretty much exactly the same, except this, you know, because all Glocks look really similar, even the subcompact models like the Glock 26 and stuff. So, you know, well, that's obviously, you know, self-explanatory, but, you know, little front sights. My front sights and rear sights up here are obviously bigger because I can't really get to this. And if I ever wanted to make a Glock 19, I could use this as a reference practically. I want to make a Glock 19, what, Gen 1 without the finger grooves on the grips. So that's pretty much it for this freaking thing. Really simple gun. I guess we can move on to the shooting test. Alright, so we're doing this a little differently today. I'm actually facing this way. I don't like capturing, you know, my neighbor's yards or anything like that, because this is my neighbor's yard. I don't like capturing anything like that, but I really don't feel like going over there today for whatever reason, but not much is shown, you know, not much. So, yeah, you know, we're not going to be firing a whole 17 rounds to this thing, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this. So, Glock 17, Gen 1, fire. Here we go. We're going to do a little bit of two-handed shooting. Pretend I'm catching the bullet. Okay, so we're going to point this way because there's no cars coming, you know, and fenced up over here. So we're going to do a little bit of one-handed shooting this time. I don't know why I'm turning this way when I could have literally just turned the camera that way. I don't know. I do everything difficult sometimes. Here we go. Actually, no, I did say we're going to do a little bit of one-handed shooting. I don't know. Let's just pretend we're doing this. Pretend we're not, you know, doing the slide or whatever. Eject the mag and I don't know. Pretend we're taking out the bullet or whatever. Alright, so that pretty much does it for this freaking review, dude. That pretty much does it for this prop review. Really interesting, I guess, to, you know, make, if not one of the more, or like the gun that basically started out the most popular generation, or most popular company, or most popular generation of handguns, I guess, because, you know, blocky handguns, you know, and as stated by Ahoy himself, you know, you know, sometimes boring is exactly what you need, because the Glock does look boring at times, even though you can customize the hell out of this thing to your heart's content. Yeah, so this is just a stock version, but as I said, if you wanted to, I know there's a lot of people out there. I mean, I'm only 18, but I know, like, I can't own a real gun right now, but if I were to, I would not mind owning this. So yeah, but I do know there's a lot of people out there who owns the Glock, and, you know, they might think it's a pretty good gun. And I know there's a lot of people out there who might just have, like, the Glock 19 or a different model. I think the Glock 19 is probably one of the most popular Glock models out of all of them, but my favorite is the OG Gen 1 Glock 17. So yeah, so that really does about this. So yeah, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.